right, welcome to round 5, everyone. We have got wsgRon at the top of your screen. They are on. Were they on the Sling deck? Actually, I totally forgot. Yeah, they're on Sling, Rainbow Sling, and then we've got duocat at the bottom of your screen on that deck that we just saw, which is kind of cool. That was a nice little deck. One of the few remaining brews left.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to be able to deploy that combo there and create the soft lock. It may not happen going up against Sling. I mean, Sling is.
Yeah, interesting. So the keep is duocat's hand doesn't really do too much here. They've got 2 copies of Reappropriator, and they've got to know thy enemy and some power. Dark Lou, thank you
Again,
so much for the follow. We appreciate it. Stone Scar Vow here for Ron to help get that shadow so they can play out that Grenahen on 2. I think we lost you there for a second, Jedi. There's the Svetya. Play out both copies of Reappropriator here, and here we go. Let's take that Sling. That's one of the good tools against the Sling decks here. Now 2 copies of Reappropriator out there for duocat. Also 3/1 flyers. Don't forget about that part of it. But here comes Send an Agent. That's going to take care of one of those Reappropriators and get that Sling back. All right, Smite the draw for duocat. Yeah, that takes out a Grenahen. I mean, we kind of already talked about that. The damage in that Grenahen was already done. Using a Smite on it does not feel good, but if you're trying to beat down, I guess that's what you want to do. Crafty the draw for wsgRon. Here's that Somiel. That's going to put duocat all the way down to 13. Of course, sets both players' health totals to 13. Reappropriator to come back in for 3 more damage, and it just deserts the draw for duocat. Not bad. That can take out a Somiel or most of the other units that wsgRon plays. Can also take out an Owlhead.
The nice thing about the just desserts as well is that you can do it in response to the Sling trigger. So then you not only deny the damage from Sling to take out one of your units, but then you're also taking away theirs. So
I like that.
Yeah, it works. It's extremely potent when the opponent has 2 Slings in play. Saves you 12 damage and gets a removal or a unit off the board.
Well, that second Somiel is going to take care of the other Reappropriator, but a Reappropriator off the top. Appropriator number 3 for duocat's going to take that Sling right back. Let's see if wsgRon has a way to deal with this one.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that duocat's stuck on power here because I feel like they would have had a good chance to get things set up if they were able to just hit their power drops.
And then just calibrate finding another Sling of the Chi for wsgRon. That's going to be tough. duocat has done everything they could to try to stop these slings, but wsgRon very resilient with these slings this time. They're going to keep being aggressive. But here comes Transpose. And that's going to put down 5, and I think we know they have an express route, right? Yeah, we saw that last game. Going to grab the express route. That's going to take care of that Deathwing, and that should just be lethal for Ron.
Yep, game 1 going over to Ron. Well played, duocat. Solid job, but just took too long to get the power they needed to start getting their deck online.
Yeah, agreed. And Ron was pretty fortunate with how their slings played out. You know, they were able to get the first sling on time. They were able to have the removal to take care of the first Reappropriator. Then when they ran out of removal, they were able to go and get a calibrate to go get another sling. So hitting all the slings all the time worked out well for Ron that time.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do. Most decks have an answer to Sling in some form or fashion. You know, sometimes a one of, sometimes a little bit more, like we see with Reappropriator. But it's very difficult to kind of come back when the Sling deck is just kind of popping off on multiple slings.
Absolutely. Okay, well, I think our players are ready, so let's head down to game 2. All right.
See if
Game 2, this is a tough hand for duocat. I think this is probably a mulligan, even with that seek power.
Yeah, I don't think you can keep it, especially on the play. So you're already somewhat down a card, and keeping 2 cards in hand. I know they have what they have plunder, or they have exploit is the only plunder in their deck, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Since they're not running fire, they no longer have they don't have access to Stonehammer.
You know what card we haven't seen tonight? I don't think we've seen a single copy of Maveloft Huntress tonight. Interesting. One of the most powerful cards
Oh
in the
yeah,
game.
they do have interest in their deck, so that's their second form of plunder. Yeah,
Right.
it combos pretty well with Svetya being able to, maintain its big unit, protect Svetya by not having her attack and still remove a unit. It's a solid combo there, but obviously that's a more late game combo.
Yeah, thinking about this matchup, does seem like a little bit of a tough matchup for duocat. It's a little bit slower against the sling deck. If what wsgRon can get a sling out and start putting out units, it's going to be a little tough for duocat to keep up. But credit to duocat in game 1 being able to put the pressure on and actually, force Ron to have a good hand and force Ron to play that out. And it wasn't just an easy win for Ron last time. So we'll see if duocat can do it again. Although duocat's hand right now looks very, very reactive, which is a little bit tough against the sling deck because if you're too reactive, they're just going to be able to set up their synergies and start just going off.
Yeah, and then once again, touching on that know thy enemy, just not being a really solid removal here. So now you're really looking to play it on 6, more likely 8 and 10 power to be able to get some card advantage off of it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it go to the market here.
Actually pressed away the Huntress. So, funny enough, I was just saying we had not seen a Huntress all tournament tonight, and there we go. Didn't last long, though. Went immediately to the market. But Sling of the Chi off the top for Ron. Just going to slam that down here.
All right. I like this Forbidden Research being able to dig a little bit deeper, as well as giving duocat 2 more Justice Influence that will be able to turn on not only Svetya, but Roland as well. Let's see what they end up digging for here next turn. Hopefully they hit power just to not. Ooh, okay. It's a pretty.
I guess Smite.
Like that.
I guess Smite doesn't hit a lot in the deck. It doesn't hit Allhead. It doesn't hit Somil. It hits Dr. Zytron, but I guess it's kind of a dead card against a lot of Ron's deck.
Yeah, I think if you were already not going to do too much with it, I think I might have considered keeping it just to have another thing to discard to Forbidden Research, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, they kind of already got the card off of Grenahen.
But discarding the Justice Earth there is tough. Really keeping this Know Thy Enemy. I don't understand the keeping the Know Thy Enemy. This card doesn't hit anything. I mean, I guess the Amplify lets you just play a bunch of cards for free. I don't know.
But not even. Like, I mean, it's only 1 at 6, right?
So... True, yeah. All right, here comes that Transpose. That's going to give Ron a Face Aegis, which is really important, protecting that Sling from any reappropriator shenanigans or any direct removal for it. You're going to grab a Death from Above proactively. I love that. Got a plan in mind. You love when a player has a plan. They've got the Allhead, they've got the Somil. Ooh, they just drew another Allhead, and that's a 12/12 Allhead, and then went and got the Death from Above to set up for the kill 3 turns in advance.
Yeah, see, Svetya being able to essentially stop a unit coming down slows down Sling significantly, but that Face Aegis just allows that summon effect to not, or fizzles it. So we're going to see that Somael come down. It's going to adjust the life totals. And then I wouldn't be surprised if next turn we see that
Death from Above. There you go.
Death from Above, just lock it up.
Yeah, 12. That so much damage that Somiel setting duocat down to 13, hitting with the Allhead, and then now setting up for basically a lethal attack. As I mentioned, Ron planning out very carefully, planning out their turns, a couple turns in advance here. This is a nice Huntress draw, but it still is not going to be enough, though, unfortunately. Yeah, you take out one of the units, but the other one's going to kill you.
Oh, just a little too late.
There you go. That's going to be it. Death from Above, as we mentioned, going to take out duocat. So, Congratulations to wsgRon taking that one 2-0.